I'm too fat to be a flight attendant. Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I am Taryn, also known as Taryn on a Journey here on YouTube. And welcome, thank you for watching today. I really appreciate you being here because none of this is possible without y'all. If y'all don't watch me, what am I sharing for, right? So welcome, thank you for being a part of the crew. I don't have a name for my peoples yet. That is something that I need to do. Like, what y'all want to be called? Like the family, the crew, what y'all want to be called? You know, I haven't really named my friends, but y'all know above anything, y'all are family. Y'all talk to me, I share, I have been sharing, I've started sharing my journey, so I appreciate you being here. Thank you. But today we are here for a new reason, y'all. I'm sure y'all would not expect a video like this from me. I don't know, maybe you would, maybe, I don't know, but I didn't expect to share this myself, but I felt a need. I felt like it was necessary for me to come share with y'all. So this is what I am here to do, and this is what I'm doing. So, I'm too fat to be a flight attendant? Am I too fat to be a flight attendant? Comment below what you think. Comment below how you feel hearing those words coming out of my mouth. Am I too big? Am I too fat to be a flight attendant? Right? So, I'm going to tell you how this video came about. So I've been sharing my journey being a flight attendant for about, I say, the past 6 months here on YouTube, and then on TikTok I kind of started as soon as I became a flight attendant, right? So I've been sharing, and I've been getting a lot of comments about my weight, about how I look as a flight attendant, my size, my chest, my stomach, is my uniform too tight? I'm gonna put all these comments, I'm gonna post so you can see, like, I'm not making this up, this is real life. People comment on my weight and what I look like all the time, right? And so I know this is a big thing when it comes to this industry about image and body standards and what you look like, how you present yourself, being a part of the aviation industry. I know it's a big thing, so I felt compelled, I felt the need to talk about it, because not only is it important because I am now in this industry, it's really a passion of mine. I don't know if I mentioned this before or not, but I am actually a certified personal trainer. Regardless of what I look like and what you think of me, I am able to train people. I know what I'm doing. I train myself. I've taken myself from a huge number in weight to where I want to be plenty of times. And I am really passionate about weight loss, and I'm passionate about health and fitness, period, right? But being in this industry, and over the past few, let me just go bring it back a little bit. So over the past few years, I have gained a significant amount of weight. Like, my weight fluctuates. If you go back, if you look on my Instagram, if you follow me on Facebook, or you look at, even since I've been posting on YouTube, right, my weight has fluctuated. I think my first video, my face was a tad bit slimmer, and if you watch my vlogs, you'll hear me talking about what I eat, and me getting back in the gym, and me starting a routine again, because those are things that are important to me. So I'm trying to get back to doing those things. Although I may not be a person of a smaller structure, I am really good, and I know what I'm doing. Like, I do this. I have trained people, I have taught fitness classes, all those things. So this is why I felt the need to talk about this, because not only has people mentioned my weight, I've had women, men mention weight when it comes to this industry, and if they are good enough because they're a certain size. And I just feel like coming into this job or this industry, you should not have to be worried about your weight. But I wanted to talk about the image and body standards, because I just felt like it's important and it's necessary, and I want you to hear my perspective and how I feel about this issue, right? This topic. So that's what we're here to talk about today. the image and body standards of the aviation industry. Lately, even on the news, we've been hearing a lot about how passengers feel about the seat size or being able to fit down the aisle, like all these things. And I think it's really important. I will say that this is a disclaimer. This is my feelings. This is my opinion on this. I hope I don't offend anyone, but I just really wanted to share because I care. I do want to make it a point. Like I said, I care about my weight and I care about how I look. And although people have mentioned my weight to me, I am not like, when you guys comment and you respond, I'm not going to be upset. I'm not going to be affected in any type of way because it's a part of the job, right? People, when you see a flight attendant, like, people look up to flight attendants. People see flight attendants in this certain light for whatever reason, right? So I understand why they have this, like, certain, I guess the word is stigma over flight attendants, because that's how they're viewed. Like, people expect a lot from flight attendants, and I understand that. Let's just I'm gonna just leave it at that. I understand. But before I start rambling and going over, I don't want this to be a long drawn out video because I just want to get to the point of why I'm sharing what I'm sharing and talk about it and be done with it. I do ask that, like, once you comment and when people see these videos, you respect other people's opinions, because weight can be a really sensitive topic, and I'm not sharing this video to start any type of drama or anything like that. You know, I just want people to have a platform and be comfortable with who they are. And if you want to come share, you decide to comment about feeling a certain type of way about your weight and considering being a flight attendant, you feel able to do so, right? So please be positive. This is not to initiate any type of negative anything. Like I said, over the past few months, even with me being a flight attendant, people have made comments about my weight. How am I able to fit the uniform? Like, her uniform is too small. It fits this type of way. Like, I've gotten a lot of comments, and like I said, I'm not really touchy about my weight anymore, because I feel like my size is my choice, right? Because I can control it. We can control our weight. I can eat less or I can eat more. And I can work out. If I feel like I'm gaining too much weight, I can try to lose it, right? So I don't really worry about it. It's not that people bother me when they say those things, but it's just really shocking and surprising to see that people still feel like, even after all the changes and things that have evolved over the years, that flight attendants should look one way. And when I say one way, I'm going to get into explain what I mean by one way, right? So we know, like, back in the old days, flight attendants had one look. They were tall, slim, looked like Barbie dolls, long hair, you know, and that's just not how things are anymore. There's flight attendants, black, white, Puerto Rican, Mexican, all, you know, we all look different types of ways. Slim, short, tall, you know. There's all different types of flight attendants in the industry these days. And I just wish people would be more open and not be so critical towards people, because it may not hurt my feelings, but what if you comment that on somebody else's page, and or say that about another flight attendant, or feel like you can say that to a flight attendant while we're on the plane? Like, that would may not bother me, but that may bother one flight attendant or somebody else. So I think just people just need to be really mindful about what they say and whatever. It is not the 50s anymore. Things have changed, right? Things have changed. So I wrote down some things that I wanted to mention in the video, and these are some requirements that actually I don't remember my source, but I looked it up and did some research about what were some requirements to becoming a flight attendant in the 1950s, right? So it says here that you had to be Barbie doll height, weight standards. Girdles and heels had to be worn all the time, child. I can't imagine working. Now, granted, there are some like girdles that are comfortable, and even like pantyhose, right? So I use my pantyhose as a girdle sometimes, and I just buy ones that are really fitted. But I can't imagine being made to wear those things, right? So I don't know if they had to wear them, but it mentioned here that girdles and hairs were worn at all the time, and it was a mandatory requirement. Even like I said, this is about image and body standards, right? So age, flight attendants had to retire at the age 32. There's flight attendants that I work with all the time that are like 50, 60 and up. And I know that's a concern all the time. I hear women, they comment at like, am I too old to be a flight attendant? Do you think? No, you're not too old to be a flight attendant. Like, there are women that start this job in their 50s and 60s and retire. So I don't think there should, just like there should be, I'm gonna tread lightly with saying this, but I definitely don't think it should be an age requirement. And there isn't anymore. And I don't know why that was a thing in the old days, but that's one of those things. So I guess when people are checking me and worrying about my weight in the videos, those are the standards that they're going by. They're going by the 1950 standards that you need to look like a Barbie doll. And I do look like a Barbie doll. I look like a Barbie doll, you know, in my own way. I look like a Barbie doll in my own way. You gotta be of a certain weight, girdles and heels all the time, and you need to be under the age of 32, right? So those were some of the requirements in the 1950s. But now I went down and wrote just some general, this is not like specific to any of the airlines, but these are just some general requirements that I found on Google when it comes to becoming a flight attendant. So instead of focusing on weight, I'm sharing this because I want people to understand that you don't have to necessarily be a certain weight. There's not a certain weight that they're requiring to be a flight attendant. But this is how they gauge who is at the point of being able to do the job or not, right? So instead of it being like you gotta be 32, you gotta be 5'10", it's more so like they're checking your ability to perform different duties when it comes to safety and being efficient, right? So they check, I know for my company, we have to be able to lift the, what is it called, the emergency exit door. One of my other friends, she actually tried for an airline, and she was actually denied because she was too short. So that's a part of the image and body standards. Like, you do have to be able to, and she's short, don't get me wrong, she's short because I'm short and she's shorter than me. I'm 5'2". I think she has to be like 4'11" or maybe shorter than that, but I love you, girl. If you see this video, I love you. I'm not talking about you, I promise. But she didn't get the job because she wasn't able to close the overhead bin. So I feel like that should be a requirement because nobody can do your job for you. Like, you got to be able to reach the bin. And I'm pretty sure with heels on, she could have reached the bin. Like, it probably wouldn't have been a problem. I really don't even remember what she said about why she couldn't reach the bin that day or how things played out, but she wasn't able to, so she was denied the job. So they want to be able to make sure that you can perform the duties of the job. They also want you to be, like I said, be able to lift the emergency door exit. So no, you don't have to be stronger than, I don't know, The Rock or whatever, but you do need to be able to pick up that door and throw it out. Because if we have an emergency, you need to get those people out. You need to be able to do what you need to do. Another thing that I know was big when I went through training, because I remember having the conversation with a young lady, and she was just like, she worked so hard to get the job, and she was just super excited about being able to get it because of the simple fact she lost weight so that she could specifically get this job, and she couldn't imagine not getting the job or whatever like that. So she was just really happy about completing the training. So I remember like having a conversation with her, and she was saying like she interviewed in the past and she wasn't able to fit in the jump seat. So that's another way they kind of gauge whether you are right and fit for the job, right? You have to be able to comfortably sit in the jump seat, and you have to be able to sit in a jump seat without using a seatbelt extender. So they don't tell you you gotta be a certain size or you can't be over 150, 180. I'm actually 200 pounds and I can fit comfortably in the jump seat. When I started this job, like I said, my weight had fluctuated. When I was in training, I was a little bit smaller. So I was probably about 209, what I weigh now. But I've gained weight. So my weight got up to like 216 during training or after training, because this job is crazy. Like, it can get crazy, it can get hectic. You want to eat everything, you want to try food everywhere you go. You don't feel like taking your lunch, you know, you eating out, you snacking, eating snacks on the plane, drinking the drinks. Like, it can get out of hand, so you do have to be careful. Like I said, I'm kind of getting my weight, I'm kind of reeling it back in, y'all, slowly but surely. I am at 209 now. So I'm trying to lose more weight over the course of the next year. And yeah, so I am able to fit in the jump seat, and I don't need a seatbelt extender. Even sitting in a normal seat, I don't need a seatbelt extender. But that's one of the ways that they gauge your weight. And like I said, I'm not sure what the height parameters are, like how tall you or how short you have to be. But my friend, I know she's under 5 feet, and she did not get a job with a certain airline because of her height. So those are just things to think about. I know another thing that people always ask about is, can I have tattoos? Can I have tattoos? As you can see, I have tattoos, and I have one on my neck. But there are places where they can be covered. And with my airline, no, tattoos are not supposed to be shown. But I think United allows tattoos, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember. But like with my company, you can have the tattoos, you just got to be able to cover them. So if I had tattoos on my arms or my legs, anywhere, you know, I would have to wear pants or stockings over my legs, and I would have to wear long sleeve or my blazer with my jacket. So when I'm in uniform, you can't really see because it comes around my neck. So, you know, my tattoos doesn't really matter. And they did actually ask me to see my tattoos in training. So if you go to training and you decide to tell them about your tattoos, well, you should tell them. First of all, you should be honest and show them your tattoos or whatever. But yeah, I was able to get through because my tattoos were able to be covered. So I wanted to make sure that I share what the airlines want when it comes to how you look and how you carry yourself. I see different things all the time. I see people look different kind of ways. I know when I first started, I was so concerned about whether I would have to wear makeup every day, because I come from a 9-to-5 job. That's not normal. We don't have to do that. If I don't want to, I don't have to wear makeup. And makeup is expensive. I don't use my makeup every day. So it's like, because I don't want to pay for it. Like, I don't want to have to buy new makeup all the time. So I am really sparingly with my makeup. I wear it when I feel like it, and just every now and then I put on makeup. Y'all hear me say it all the time, I didn't have time to put on makeup today. And that's another thing, like half of the time we don't have time to do makeup. So that was a big question for me. Like, am I going to have to wear makeup every day? And my instructor was like, no, you don't have to wear makeup, but we do expect you to look nice and well groomed. Like, you have to be well put together. So they want your nails to be a certain length. If you have false nails, I don't think they can be, I can't remember the exact length they have to be, but they want them pretty short. And they don't want any like designs or jewelry, anything really extra on the nails. They want you to keep it really basic. And I remember them telling me, like, you have to, your nails should complement the uniform because you're in uniform. So red, I know I get red every now and then. Again, I get pink, a baby pink, or I get like what is it, French tips. That's something that I get. But sometimes I don't, like right now I don't have any nails on, and sometimes I don't. I just make sure I have a clear coat or either I have a clear coat or I just make sure my nails look clean, cut, and trim, and I just going about my way. Like, I mean, it can be really expensive getting that stuff done all the time. So I mean, hey, I'm gonna do what I can when I feel like doing it, but when I don't feel like doing it, I don't do it. One thing I'm not gonna do is I'm not going to work with my hair looking any kind of way. So I try to make sure I keep my hair done, because it's easy to, like I said, I want it to be easy for me to get up in the mornings, whatever. I try to make sure I keep my hair done. I wash my uniform, I iron, I make sure I keep, you know, when I have my blazer, I just look well and put together. I don't want to, you know, be wrinkled or anything, because that is a requirement. Like, you need to iron your uniform. When it comes to heels, I wear heels in the terminal. Some flight attendants wear flats. I had, like, if my feet hurt that bad, I will put on flats in the terminal. Y'all seen in the video, I don't have that. Like, if I need to wear flats, I need to wear flats, because sometimes you wear heels all day, your feet are tired. So, but I know there are some companies that require you to wear heels all the time, or on the plane, or at least in the terminal, and then on the plane you can wear flats. So, but I don't believe my company has that requirement. I can't remember if it's a requirement or not, but I try to uphold that standard, because I think it does look better with you walking around in the terminal with heels on, because it just gives you a certain look. But if I'm tired, girl, I'm tired, and I ain't putting on no heels. I'm wearing my flats, and that's just that. Then you have to have a natural hair color. Your hair has to be like brown, black. I don't know if red. I don't think red is considered a natural hair color, and I believe like maybe, I don't know, like a burnt orange or something. Like, you know, some people hair is like that orange color, but I don't know if that's something we can have. But I know it has to be of natural, like a natural hair color. I'm not bald, y'all. I got a little bun in the back right now. I'm in between styles, so this is what I normally do when my hair isn't done. It's just something simple. So even this, like, it's not, you know, all that, but I would, wearing this with my uniform, I would look nicely put together. So yes, the whole purpose of this video is just to kind of, like I said, give my perspective on the whole weight thing when it comes to this job. Of course, I'm not saying that now I'm talking about me. I'm not talking about anybody else. I'm not saying that I want to be huge, you know, like have all this weight on me and be trying to be a flight attendant. But at the same time, I feel like if you're in this job, if the company allows you to have the position, then I feel like you shouldn't have to be worried about other people worrying about your weight and size. This is an inclusive job. It's an inclusive position. There are flight attendants that looks all different types of ways, and I just don't want to have to worry about my weight, and I'm sure other people don't either. But you know, I don't want to walk up and down the aisle and be hitting people with my hips. So yes, I'm gonna make sure I contain my weight, like get myself together, get in a reasonable space of where I feel like my weight should be, and that should be that. I think people just have this idea of what a flight attendant should look like, and we don't all look like that, and that's just that. It is not the old days. The aviation industry have upgraded their standards, and I think y'all need to upgrade your mind and your thinking and just move on. Like I said, I wanted to go through some basic standards of what they want when you're coming into this job, because I get the question all the time, am I old enough? Am I too young? Am I young enough? Like, you have to be 21. That's another thing. Did I wait too long? Can I do this job with kids? Am I too big? Am I too fat? Like, I get so many different questions, and it shouldn't be like that. This is a pretty simple job to get into. Once you get past the interviews and all of that, if they feel like let me not even say what they feel like. All you need to do is be well put together, be well groomed, look the part, like I said, and you should do fine. It should be no more or no less than that. I know there are, like I said, there are some jobs with other jobs with weight requirements. We could talk about the military, all those different things, but I feel like, you know, that's just different. You do need to be in a, you are a little bit more physical in that type of job. But, and I'm, like I said, I'm not saying that a flight attendant should just look any kind of way, because people do look up to flight attendants for whatever reason. But I feel like if someone like me or anybody else, if they get into the position, if the company gives them the job, then they should be okay. They should be comfortable. They should not have to worry about looking like what flight attendants look like in the 1950s. Everybody is not slim. Some women have hips, some men have hips, some people have tits. We do not all look the same. We are different. And so I just want people to keep that in mind. Like, it is 2023. We are in a new age, new time, and flight attendants look different now. So again, I didn't want to draw this video out. I hope what I shared was helpful. Please make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and share what your thoughts are about this topic, about being too fat. Like I said, I'm going to show y'all some of the comments that I've gotten about my uniform, about my size, just about it's so crazy, it's so shocking, you know. So like I said, I didn't want to draw this out. I didn't want to make it too long. I just wanted to share my experience and how the things that have come my way since I decided to get in this position. And I wanted to share like some of the standards of the aviation industry. I hope that's helpful. If you guys have any questions, make sure you let me know in the comments. Comment, like, and subscribe. Family, crew, we gotta decide on a name, y'all. We gotta decide on a name. I haven't really figured out what I want y'all to be called, but y'all, more than anything, we are friends, we're family, because y'all are here supporting me, and I really appreciate it. But yes, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Give me your opinion, tell me your thoughts. Let me know in the comments. Get in those comments and let me know how y'all feel about this video, what y'all think. And I really appreciate you again for watching, and make sure you tune in, stay tuned in. See y'all later. Bye.